So distance formula. This is quiz 3 review. Subtract your x's, subtract your y's. The order doesn't matter, but typically people write it this way.
You just have to keep the same order.
Yeah, even on this one, since we're squaring them, that wouldn't even matter. But do it anyway. So yeah, if we start with point number 2 here, start with point number 2 here. If we start with point 1, start with point 1. Doesn't matter which one you start with.
Is this also the discriminant?
Not even remotely
Formula?
close. No.
Because isn't like
Not even remotely close.
okay,
No.
but it has a big square root with a fraction
No.
underneath. Is it doesn't?
Square root of 58.
The discriminant is the stuff that's not square. It's not the square root's not part of it,
So what is
And-
the equation?
and it
that
has
the
absolutely
discriminant?
nothing to do with what we're learning right now.
I know, but what has the equation with the discriminant?
The quadratic formula, which is not anything we need to do right now. Right now, we need to do this.
Mhm.
Now, the distance formula is actually the exact same as the equation of a circle. So this is the circle formula, basically. If you square both sides and call that an r. If you call this r and square both sides, that's a circle equation.
I don't know where Lorietta put. Where she got a circle from?
Loriana drew circles on the graph anywhere where she could like, oh, is this a function? Let's see, here's somewhere where the circle might cross twice. So all of hers were not functions
Oh,
because she was like, oh yeah, I can put a circle here and it crosses twice.
Lorietta used to be so smart.
I didn't even do that test yourself.
Oh.
Oh wait, so that wasn't even in your class. That was in the smallest class.
Yes. On a quiz.
Does she allow people to retake quizzes?
Well, apparently she figured it out in the middle because she tried to erase all of her circles.
Oh.
What in her right mind possessed her to put circle? Oh, God.
49 plus 9 is 58. Midpoint, add them up, divide by 2. So that's going to be 11 halves and 3 halves. For midpoint, you average them. So we're going to add them up and divide by 2.
Yes.
No, you're talking about the slope formula. That's a completely different formula. The midpoint formula. You average your x's and you average your y's.
Can you literally
This one has 8.
gives it to me and I do it and it gets correct?
Then
I literally did the same thing she did like 3 different times and it didn't work.
So look at whatever one you're talking about after the quiz review. Let's finish the quiz review. So that way you can, not have an excuse to do poorly on the quiz.
Okay, midpoint. -2.
So we have the midpoint and we have the endpoint. Again, the midpoint formula, you add your x's and divide by 2.
And -4.
So we're missing an endpoint, right? So let's call it, how about xy? That sounds like a good variable for you? Does that sound like a good variable for you, x and y?
Yeah.
Okay. So add up our x's and divide by 2. That should give me the midpoint.
I don't remember.
Add up the y's, divide by 2, and that'll give me my y coordinate of my midpoint.
Mhm. So what's in?
I had a question. So why you did x minus?
Because it's a -9. If I have x plus a -9, it's x minus 9.
So how did you get it?
Oh, you worked backwards.
We have an equal sign there. That's called an equation.
Oh, I see.
So since x is the first power, that's a linear
I see.
equation.
I didn't realize you was using the midpoint.
We did these since the 6th grade. That's when my wife introduced them to you.
Why would you do that if it's already there?
What's already there? Because what does it ask? What does the question ask you?
The other end.
It's not asking you for the midpoint, it's asking for the other endpoint.
Okay, so why we do that?
So we can figure out what the other endpoint is.
Midpoint.
We're trying to find the other end.
There's 2 endpoints, the beginning and the end, correct or no?
Yeah, we have 2 points, and the midpoint's in the middle of them.
Yeah, but why would you do that? Because all that gives you is the midpoint.
No, it doesn't.
We're not done. We have to do basic sixth grade algebra here. Let's take a second to do some sixth grade math. Multiply both sides by 2. And then add 9. So the x coordinate's going to be 5.
I knew that.
Now it's the y coordinate. We're going to write that as an ordered pair.
I don't like this.
It doesn't like you either. It's fine. That's it.
But you know it's quicker.
Doing it in your head, unless you screw up like 3 times 3 is 9, you know?
Yeah, but I did screw up.
But don't rely on your head because it fails you too often. What's 3 to the 3rd power? Wow, failed.
9 times 3.
27.
It's 3 times 3 times 3. So 9 times 3.
Is this the only part of it? What's the center here?
You have to find the middle.
Maybe it's
No, you don't have to find anything.
Oh, 16. No, okay.
So you can tell that 16 would be wrong because it says type an ordered pair, and 16 is an integer, so definitely not just gonna be 16.
1 is 5.
Close, but no cigar blaze.
You can't have
The car is one.
I was close.
X minus h, y minus k.
And we did that the other day.
All right, come back. Aaron, don't smoke.
No, I can't smoke. I have asthma. I smoke off my No, let me tell you, one time I tried to hit Haley Manuel's, I about literally died. I'm like his car and I still eat ice cream.
Wow.
Find the center radius form of the equation of the circle with center that, radius that. Graph the circle.
Okay, so we
You got to simplify it.
X squared equals like 9. Yeah.
X squared plus y squared equals like 49. Yeah. Huh? What's wrong with you?
Hey, if you finish that water of Ozarka by tomorrow or Monday, bring it to Michelle. She needs it. Making skeletons.
Oh,
We're making lava lands.
I will be making
Where?
It's literally just oil.
Yeah.
Look for 0, 0. And you can count 7.
0, 7.
What?
There we go.
Bro, I was struggling yesterday. Couldn't see my.
Same thing here.
So it's
So I do have a question that I'm gonna mess up on. So the 7 is the radius.
And then y squared equals 49.
So
Hey, what's the thingy? The keyboard shortcut for exponents again?
Shift 6.
shift.
Oh, I could shift X. I mean X. No wonder more.
so why when we do 7, like we go up 7, why do we add it to -1 instead of doing 0?
You don't add it to anything, you just count. What is radius?
The distance.
The distance from the
halfway?
center. So you start at the center and count 7.
Okay, either way, we just count.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you're at, just count 7. Make sure you're at -1, 0, and I'm going to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or I could go right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
Any way you do it will work. Is this a function? Is this a function? What is the domain? Do you repeat if it repeats?
No.
Thank you. What's the range?
180.
Congratulations. Is this a function? What's the domain?
Negative infinity, infinity.
Slash, well, let me put, slash INF. INF. But you have to have the slash in front.
Is that on like everybody's
That's it.
computer or just yours? Making sure.
That's on my math lab.
Okay.
We do it again.
No. Because they're going to go over whatever question you had from the whatever thing.
Oh, from the homework?
Yes, that thing.
It was 6.
6 and 7 for which chapter?
Oh,
The
2
third
point-
one?
Yeah, it was. I thought it was 2.2.
Bryce, let's start with you.
Yeah, for me it was 2.2.
2.2.
Because it was not the circle.
No, it wasn't. It was functions.
So Bryce has 2.2. Number what? 6.
Because the functions was the longest one.
Remember?
Hmm?
It was
So what was your question, Bryce?
point B. I'm gonna show you mom, 'cause-
Okay.
That's what I got.
The first part's easy to take part, not so much.
It's the distributor I get messed up. Like, I understand that because it's 3 and 2. It's 3 and 2. Would be x minus 3 squared
Equals 9.
So my center, my radius. X minus 3 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 9. Distribute. So what's this going to be, Bryce?
6x.
Wait,
Letting Bryce do it.
you want to put it in order?
I don't care right now, just do it.
Do it on your paper, so you mess up.
X squared.
Did you know if someone uppercuts you, you can die because there's a bone
6
taken
squared.
in
X minus 6
going
squared.
through your brain.
No, I mean 6x. 6x.
It's a shame how fragile.
What place?
It's also quite
Look,
durable
minus 9.
situation.
Plus 9.
Plus
We skydived and hit the earth.
So most likely you screwed up in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So Bryce, do yourself a favor and write it out.
That's what I just did.
And then do it piece by piece, Bryce. X times x, x times negative 3, negative 3 times x, negative 3 times negative 3.
The reason you died is because your nose bone stabbed you. Not because the boss brushed you. It's the bone stabbed you.
Make it equal 0. We get x squared
Oh,
plus.
I know where I messed up now.
You
We
didn't-
forgot to subtract the 9 from that side. So we just completely disregarded it.
Yeah, last time.
I did.
Oh, you didn't forget.
9 plus 9.
That wouldn't be 9 plus 9.
You see, right? Because that 9 over there. Because it said.
Do you have it? No, you don't have a YouTube video. But we're going over
I put equal to
your
0.
review.
No.
Yeah, we're
we
just
didn't
going over it.
make it. Moved it on. Yeah, it's just this.
But we're recording right now so she can watch me eat some cashews.
No, like she's. Can you post the
Look,
video?
Bryce,
Or
look,
no?
this is my.
We're making it right now. How can I post it while we're making it?
But after you're done, can you post it?
At the top. No, he's just. I didn't.
I'm just gonna make it and never post it.
I didn't move it
Oh,
from
wait.
the other side.
Wait, never mind.
I just disappeared.
You-
It's just gone.
Hey, I want to hear a funny story. So my mom's been gone all week, so I made her like a welcome home Maham poster for my little picture cover. I spelled welcome with 2 L's and just realized last night. Huh?
Next.
No, I did that on a
That's
poster.
it. Anybody else?
No, I'm still probably gonna get messed up.
No? Yes?
Distributing.
All right, then that's it.
Yay.
You have time to work on your homework.
All I got is my
Did that.
phone.
He'll post when the class is over. Post now.
Did you get function hub?
Post now.
It doesn't just magically post, you know.
Yes, it can.
No, it takes a long time. All right, that's it. Goodbye.
It's 10 o'clock. We should have.
20 minutes.